Welcome to Heart of the Lion. My name is Anthony Hart. No matter what happens in this life, no matter who likes you, what goes well, what doesn't go well, God, the eternal being, is forever with you, is forever yours. You are part of this world. You have been born into this world. The life, the miracle, the greatest miracle that we've ever seen is that life exists on this planet of its own accord. And we arise out of that life. And we are part of that life. You are part of that life. I am part of that life. And we have that connection with God no matter what happens in this world. No matter what goes on, that connection is with us. And there were hundreds of generations that came before you. And you are the pinnacle, the top of all that. And anything that happens in this life, you can call upon God to be with you, to ask God for his help. God is always with you. Just to know that you're part of everything. To go through life and understand that you are part of everything is like, it gives something to life where you know that you are connected no matter what times you're going through. And this is important, especially when challenging times arise. We can remember this piece of ourselves. We can remember that we are connected and that we can ask for help from the Creator, from the creation of this universe. We can ask for that help, and that help will be given because we are been chosen to be part of this world. And it's just about our eyes opening to see the blessings that we have and all the many ways we are being taken care of. You have been chosen for this life. You are precious. And there's nothing ever between you and God. You and God are seamlessly connected. There is a connection that is direct in there. No matter all the pressures that exist in this world, there's pressures coming this way and that way from different people and different groups and different tribes. And no matter what, that connection to God itself is always there with you. So know that you are connected. Know that you are part of this world. Know that this world loves you and appreciates you. And learn how to love yourself. You know, that love, pouring that love into yourself. And feeling that good feeling. Feeling that good feeling for yourself despite what others. Don't calibrate your situation to somebody else's view on you. Calibrate your life to the view of loving yourself and appreciating yourself. And again, this doesn't mean like not taking criticism or not being able to learn, but being able to learn from people who have your best interests at heart. Because there will be plenty of people in this world that will try to teach you something that don't have your best interests at heart. They're actually trying to make you fail, or they're actually trying to make you succeed just to the right level where they can still control and manipulate you. And you have to know that that is a thing in this world, so that you can know that you are the final say-so. You are the final discernment level in your life to decide what is right for you, what is healthy for you, what is good for you in this world. And that is your responsibility. You know, one of the many blessings of being in this life is that you're connected to God, the eternal being, no matter what. But also one of the pieces that goes along with that blessing is that you are responsible for your choices in this life, no matter what, including who you listen to and who you let into your mind and who you let into your heart and who you open your emotions and your love to and who you understand and you see what's going on and you let them pass by. All these decisions are yours. It's part of the blessing of this life and the responsibility of this life. So choosing wisely, understanding, to have discernment, to not rush towards what may seem perfect, and to go in paying attention with your eyes open, aware of the decisions that you're making about who and what you allow into your life. And so finding that discernment and connecting with your inner being so that you can tell, so that you can start to begin to listen to the messages and hear the signs that are coming from you, hear the discernments coming from your own wisdom, and understanding the difference between the insights that are coming from a place that's maybe lower vibration and impatient, and from the place of wisdom that has a little bit more patience or discernment. That doesn't mean you always hold back and you never go forward, and doesn't mean you always go forward and you never hold back. It's all things at the right time, and the only way to do that is to begin to listen to your inner being, and listening to your inner being requires loving yourself. Because if you have a bad feeling about yourself, if you have a bad feeling about who you are, if you don't think positively about who you are, if you don't feel yourself as connected to the universe, then what you're paying attention to is some other idea about yourself. And you're perpetuating that idea through that belief in what you are as being this lesser than, as being this being that doesn't have things go right. So you have to learn how to love and appreciate yourself and see all the wonderful things in your life. So that way, when your guidance comes, when you start listening to the voices inside your heart, inside your head, inside your experience, that the voices that you're listening to are the ones for your upliftment, for your empowerment, for your growth, for your betterment, and not for your detriment. And the only way to do that is to become familiar enough with those voices, with those understandings inside your being. And in order to do that, we have to spend time listening to those things. That's why meditation is important. Having time alone is important. Getting out into the woods, getting out into the mountains, getting by the river or by the ocean or in nature is so critically important, because this is the place where we can make friends, we can make deep relationships with these voices, with these connections, with these understandings that are for our upliftment, for our empowerment and our growth. And so spending time with these kinds of relations, with these kinds of understandings inside of ourselves is critical, and having a healthy dose of that. And if we're young and we're lucky, we get parents that educate us on being with those voices, being with those understandings about life is beautiful, something positive can come out here, all is not lost. And if we start making good relationships with those understandings, those voices, those critiques, those ways of viewing the world, then in our times where we're really down and we need help, those voices will come through strong. And they'll come through anyway if you look for them, if you find them. But if we have that relationship built with them, they'll be all that much more solid, strong, quick, steady, consistent, and there for us. So make that relationship with that positive aspect of yourself, with the empowerment and the beauty of yourself. And it starts by appreciating yourself and everything that you have. This body is ours to decide how we build, how we grow, how we heal, how we uplift it, how we make it better and healthier. And so too, our emotions and our heart and our feelings are ours to uplift, to grow, to expand, to push beyond and make better and make wholer. And the same is true for our thoughts as well. Our thoughts are ours to defend, to keep out anyone that is trying to push them down only for their own gain. And to understand when somebody is trying to help us, when somebody is trying to help us to a certain level, and when somebody's trying to destroy us. And we can understand these different levels by making peace with our own thoughts and our own upliftment and our own creation. And if we don't do it, if we don't make ourselves better, if we don't make our thoughts better, if we don't make our emotions and our feelings better. I know a lot of people right now are talking about, oh, feelings don't matter. Who cares about feelings? Feelings are important. They're a precursor to the continuation of our growth. And if we don't have that good feeling, then it's hard to make those changes. But if we can have that good feeling in even the scariest of times, even the downest of times, we can have that good feeling inside of us. We can do such amazing things where others would be trapped and stuck. We'll be empowered and able to move forward. And so these feelings are ours to care for, and this body is ours to care for. Putting the right nutrition in, getting the right nutrition. It's like if you have one tiny little piece of food and then do tons and tons of work and exercise, It's not going to be a sustainable situation. You're going to only be able to go that way for so long. But if you get all that right, good nutrition, then your body is fueled. You got that part taken care of. And that doesn't mean there aren't other things that are important. Just because you're fueling your body doesn't mean you don't have to build up your cardio, your endurance, your strength, your stamina, your fortitude. All these things have to be built up, but they all require the right nutrition, and enough of that nutrition so that you can carry on. So putting that right nutrition in what we eat for our bodies, in how we exercise, how we move, in our feelings, in how we feel, how we emote, how we connect with our heart, in our thoughts and our meditations, and how we think about ourselves, and how we think about the world, and how we feel about the world, and how we move about the world. All these things need to come into alignment. All these things we have a relationship with, and we can build that over time so that relationship becomes hardier and more dexterous, like a strong, sturdy muscle, like deeply resilient tendons. This is our birthright, to grow these things, to make these things well. And if we don't, there's a lot of pitfalls in this life. This life is like going through a forest or a jungle or a mountain or the ocean. It's got all kind of waves that can come topsy-turvy, and we have to be able to steer back on course. And the more we have a connection with how to rig those sails, the more we have a connection with how to hike in those hills, how the sturdiness of our ankles, the more we can keep ourselves on track and keep ourselves going to the highest pinnacle of what we're meant to be in this world. So you are empowered. I am empowered by God, by creation, by all of this world, by the beautiful Mother Earth and the Father Sky and God, the eternal being, and all our ancestors and all our angels and all our guides, to steady ourselves and make ourselves into that great thing that we truly are, that we already are, that we come from, and to embody it more and more and more. And it's just like anything else. When you spend time with a relationship, it grows deeper and deeper. So watch who you spend time with, but also watch how you spend time with your body, how you spend time sitting, moving, walking, eating, drinking, how you spend time feeling, how you spend time thinking, how you spend time meditating, how you spend time emoting into this world with others. This is our responsibility to care for and nurture this life into something beautiful, not somebody else's responsibility. And it took me a while to learn that. One of the things that I learned is I was pawning off this responsibility on others. Oh, somebody else will have my best interests at heart. Somebody else will have my best thoughts in mind. Somebody else will have my growth in mind. And no one can do that for you. Not a priest, they can do that for you. But the thing is, they're only going to do it to a certain level, and no one can do it for you the way you can do it for yourself. Just like a romantic relationship is never going to fulfill you to the core, to the depth, all the things that you need as much as you can yourself. And no business relationship will do that either. No business relationship will be so perfect that it'll fulfill everything that you want. You are responsible for making the business arrangements fulfill you better and better. You are responsible for making sure that the romantic relationships fulfill you better and better. You are responsible for making the body relationships, the relationships with this world and your own body and how you move in it, better and better and better and better. You are responsible to make things beautiful and ever more growing, ever more empowered and embodied in your life. You are appointed with that task. And also you were given all the beautiful tools, because no one controls your mind. No one controls your heart. No one controls your body. You are in control of it. Utilize that power, that responsibility, and those gifts to make yourself, to mold yourself into the best version of yourself in this world. God bless you all, and we'll see you in the next one.